Hello, Howard.
Hi Dale, how are you?
Good. Welcome back, buddy. How are you?
Very good, very good. Nice to speak to you after a while.
Yeah, and I'm interested. I'd like to give you credit. You were negative the euro when we spoke. I don't know, probably a couple months ago, and the trend has definitely confirmed your outlook. Uh, More of the same, or can we look for? One thing that bothers me about this decline in the euro, Howard, is that everyone is bearish, and
Yeah,
you don't hear anything about. It's all about downside targets and where to sell a rally. Could
yep.
we be setting up here into Jackson Hole, this big dollar rally where it might become a little bit more two-sided and a potential short squeeze could happen in euro?
Yeah, I mean, I can see the thing maybe doing like a sort of a 200 pip range, that kind of thing, but maybe bouncing from I don't know 32 um,
Yeah.
or thereabouts and settling into a bit of a range. But I'm still kind of long term. I'm still very very bearish on this thing. I think we've seen a major top just close to 140, and I think multi month. I think we're going to be going much lower. So it should be if we get a bounce, I'm sure we will at some stage. But I think it should be limited to maybe 134, 134.50.
Okay. And the since we last talked, cable has reversed. So,
Yeah.
a lot of people were looking for much higher numbers. Looks like the continuation decline under 168. Does that change your outlook? I think you were constructive on cable last time we talked.
Yeah, when we talked, obviously, the overriding theme for me is being a dollar bull, and we talked about cable and the Aussie as kind of how do they look alongside being really really bearish on euro dollar
Right.
and euro yen, and I kind of left it open for maybe 170 plus a little bit, but not much more. So that kind of held in because it didn't really hold much above 170, and we have seen this reversal. So so it's kind of been dragged down with the overall dollar bull cycle that we started to see, I think.
Okay, so the commodity currency is beginning to respond to dollar strength, and especially
Yeah,
especially the Kiwi,
Aussie also yeah.
especially Kiwi.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, Aussie in particular, we discussed also back then. I think I saw it in a very similar light to cable in the bearish longer term, but leaving it open for a marginal new high, which we did see. So I think it's a little bit stuck, the Aussie, like 93, 95, but ultimately I think it's going to break down in line with stronger dollar, and also the way gold is acting as well. That looks like it's starting to break down from a big triangle.
Nice move in the yen. I flipped from being bearish U.S. dollar yen to being bullish because I thought we'd get a correction in treasuries. I was right about the yen, wrong in the treasuries. So my reason,
Yeah.
yeah, my reason for doing it, yields kept making new lows, but U.S. dollar yen kept making higher lows. So
Yeah.
you think we're on our way to what some of the bulls were looking for, 108, 110 down the road here?
Could be, yeah. I mean, I was when we last talked about it, I was kind of bearish on the yen crosses, and obviously not doing too well on dollar yen. Euro yen worked out very well, but the way it's acting, it looks like there is a lot of kind of yen cross strength coming through. So maybe we see a new high, maybe 106, 107.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the longer term, I think this big rally we've seen from way down, on a multi-month, multi-year basis, I think maybe we struggle ahead of 110 if we can get that far, and then we can start to see some big correction of this big move up.
Okay, Euro Swiss right here in Howard. I mean, we're getting closer and closer to testing the peg. Retail's been piling into it. I have it on my watch list. I'm looking for one more low, and then I think Euro Swiss might be a buy. Am I all wet? I'm looking for this trade, looking to bottom pick this.
Yeah, I really don't have a strong feeling on this one. I know I'm sitting in Switzerland, but
Yeah, so I thought
I
I'd
don't have
ask
a
you.
great. Yeah. I don't really. I find it one of the worst markets from a trading perspective. It's probably best avoided. But it broke through the recent floor, the floor for the year, and it seems to be back above it. So I don't know. Maybe it's telling you something about it's they've tested it and it's not really breaking. But I don't think it breaks big time until the stock market and the yen crosses really top out. And it doesn't seem to be happening in the very near future. So maybe a little bit of stability from here by the looks of
Yeah,
things.
have you noticed that it took exceptional euro weakness, taking out lows from several weeks ago? It took a long time for US dollar Swiss to finally take out its low. Is there any kind of market message in there that it took exceptional euro weakness for US dollar Swiss to make a new recovery high?
I don't know. It just seems to be kind of grinding higher with the euro going down. It just seems to be a little bit of a function of dollar strength. So I don't know. I can't see any kind of hidden messages there.
Okay. So here we go. Summer's complete in another month.
Yeah.
September usually could be a risk-off month. Are you seeing anything here S&P related? We're at the old highs. Great recovery in 2 weeks. Was that a wave four, and that this could be a wave
Yeah.
five up at new highs here in the S&Ps if we achieve it?
Yeah, actually, I'm more kind of focused on the Dow. Call me old-fashioned, but
Okay.
I can see the Dow maybe doing 17 and a half towards 18, and then some sort of big reversal, and that may coincide with the dollar yen making a marginal new high as well. So, but I think with the we had obviously the Russian tensions and everything, and they tried to sell it down, and as soon as that fizzled out, up we go again. So it does look like we want to see this new high for the indices, and but I don't think it'll be I think it'll be a bit euphoric and then a reversal for some reason.
Okay, and how would people, besides following you on Twitter, Howard, at break underline retrace, follow your work? And I know that you manage money, and I'm not sure. Do you also teach people your methods?
Yes, I do. I managed accounts, trader training, and also trading signals as well. So those three things, if because obviously everybody's different in their needs. Some people are happy to pass on the responsibility of managing money to somebody else. Other people want to do it themselves and maybe use the occasional signal from somebody else. So there's a few alternatives there. So certainly, if somebody wants to find me an email and we can discuss, that would be
Okay,
great.
I want to just ask you one question because you sent me your track record. Thank you for that transparency, tremendous performance. But I'm interested in how you were handling things when you were close to a 30% drawdown. That's what we could learn. You learn a lot from people, not when things are
Yep.
going great, but how they respond when things are not. How did you deal with
Yep.
that?
Yeah, hard. I must admit, always hard. And I mean, sometimes it's not so much the depth of the drawdown, but maybe the length of the drawdown. Because the longer you kind of stay underwater, the more it kind of sort of chips away at you. But again, I think if you've got the systems and you've got the correct money management in place, then it's temporary and it will come around. But the length of the drawdown can obviously can seem twice or three times as long as it really is sometimes. So it's keeping the faith
And
really.
how did you manage the stress of it?
Just life,
Okay.
having a good home life and hobbies. I like to. I'm a singer,
Yeah, a good
so
one too.
I try.
Yeah. Howard sent me. What was the song you sent me that I play here in Lard?
Born to be
Oh
wild, I
yeah,
think
Born
it
to Be
was.
Wild. Great rendition. Good cover of that.
Cheers.
So Howard, thanks so much. Basically, dollar bullishness as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a correction, but I think the correction is going to be kind of muted and more dollar strength to follow the correction.
Thank you, buddy. Good hunting, Howard.
Okay, all the best. Bye.
Bye bye.
Cheers.